Hey, ladies and gents. So I am here to show you how to apply your concealer. Concealer is very important because a lot of people use concealer to apply it under their eyes for under eye coverage, for bags and darkness, and also wrinkles, and also just to brighten it up, even if you don't have any of that going on. So I like to use it because I like to brighten under my eyes, and I like to look so awake, and it also makes your skin look super tight. So I'm going to go in with two different shades. I am going to be using my Malure brand, both here, and the shade that I am using is Rich Walnut and Tan Sand. These are my favorite two for my skin complexion that I like to use. So the coverage that I go for, it really depends on like I said, what I have going on. So say that I just want to have my everyday look. So I already have my foundation on. I already have my eyebrows and just a little bit of gloss. And the gloss that I am using, it is called Wife Me by Malure. So that's the one that I always go with for me. So first I'm going to start with mixing just a little bit together. So I kind of want both of the tones. I don't want it too bright. I don't want it too light. So I typically do 50-50 mixture. I'm going to apply it under my eye. And you want to make sure that you get right under that waterline, like this. And again, take your time. I see so many people rushing their makeup application. Girl, it is not a race. You're gonna get to wherever you gotta get to. But the more you take your time, I feel like the better that it turns out. I'm gonna turn my lighting down just a little bit. I'm also gonna do the other side. And you already can see how it's changing my face. I love the concealer part. Okay. You can't tell me nothing once this concealer get on there. Not a thing. I bring mine down just a little bit. And sometimes I do want to be extra, but like I said, it really depends on the occasion. I will put it down the center of my nose to kind of make my nose appear a little bit. Is Fendi barking? My nose appear just a little bit smaller. But today I'm just going to put it under my eyes. And on my chin. And just a little bit on my forehead because, honey, this forehead, baby, it reaches. So that's how, when I apply my concealer, how it will look. I go in with a dome brush that's more like round head. And I start to tap very lightly on blending out those lines. And I always tell my students, if there are lines, that means you have not blended it enough. You should not see any lines when you're doing your makeup. Nobody should be able to see when you started your concealer and when your concealer ended. Nobody should be able to tell you that. So you should blend for your life. And when you're going under your eye, make sure you're looking up so you can get right directly under your waterline, to make sure that all that concealer is blended in, that it just flows with your foundation. That's how it should look once you're done. You should not see lines. I'm going to do the same thing on my chin. And the same thing on my forehead. And I'm using tapping motions as well to blend that out. And sometimes it really depends on your pressure too. Some people go a little bit too hard where you're wiping a little bit too much off. And some people are too soft where it is not moving at all. You have to go medium. So now that I have that blended out, I'm going to go in with my Malure Cosmetics Mocha Me Powder. And I'm going to tap that exactly where I put that concealer, because you don't want that concealer to move. You want it to set right in where you put it. Now you see how flawless like this is becoming just with that step. Exactly where you put it, you want to apply that powder there. See, I'm trying to adjust the lighting so that you can really see it. But yeah, and that's what you would do to complete the step of doing your concealer. Again, everything is on Malura Cosmetics website. It's also available in store. And if you haven't visited our vending machines, they are located at Maplewood Mall and at Northtown Mall. And you can get your product